Hello students, in last lecture we have studied the data model. Under that we are studying the relational data model. We know that data model is the logical representation of the database. Now let's go for the intro of RDBMS. RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. DBMS stands for Database Management System and R stands for Relational. Therefore, RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. In RDBMS, a database is considered as a collection of interrelated data. Whatever the different records we are inserting in the database, all that are interrelated. Therefore, it is known as the RDBMS. Now, let's see the basic concept of RDBMS. RDBMS having table, it is the basic data storage unit of RDBMS. Then table consists of different columns and different rows. It may one table can generate a single database, or single database may have multiple tables. The next one is field, record, and different type of keys. Here example is given that this row, the data entered within the specific row is known as the record. Here field name is given and specific data values are provided. And the combination of all these things is known as the table. Now here in our database, we have also generated a table. Here roll number, student name, standard, marks. It is known as the fields. And whatever the data we have inserted under these fields, it is known as the record. This row, it is known as the record. This record is also known as tuple, and the field names are also known as domain. Here it is known as the, whenever we insert some data into that specific field, that time it accepts only its data type field. Now here roll number is the numerical field, and here I am inserting text data. Therefore, it is showing the error and it will not accept that data. Therefore, here under this table, we can insert only the specified data type in that field name. Just now I told you that field names, roll number, student name, standard, and marks, these are the field names, and these are the different records and different tuples. Here also we can see that in a table, specific fields are given. Fields are also known as domain. Specific number of rows are given. Here total 3 rows are provided. One more concept is there, tuple cardinality or row cardinality. It is just the count of the rows. Then column or attribute, how much fields you are having, that is known as the degree. And next concept is primary key and the foreign key. Here primary key, which is the unique, and here foreign key, that is the branch name. It can be duplicated, but depending on the roll number, that will be only one. Now here, whenever we create the database, it also includes the specific type of keys. Different types of keys are also used. Primary key, foreign keys, are then candidate keys. Here we are going to study only the primary key and the foreign key. This primary key is group of one or more columns used to uniquely identify each row in a relationship. And foreign key, it is the field in one table that refers to the primary key in another table. For example, in a table, we can have a field like your registration number, which is unique throughout the college, and your name, may be the foreign key. For example, the student name Pooja. Pooja name can be duplicated for number of students, but depending on the primary key, that is your registration number, which is unique, we can display the unique record throughout the college or throughout the college database. This is the importance of the primary key. It uniquely defines the record. And foreign key, depending on the primary key, we can provide the another field to that table or to that database. Now let's study the different relationships in the database. When we generate the database, see here we have generated one table as the person and second table as the passport details. Now here this key indicate that it is the primary key, and depending on this primary key, we can access the data from the another table by generating the foreign key. Now here this table is related with the another table. We can generate different types of relationships in database. Here in database, mainly three types of relationships can be generated. First one is one-to-one, second one is one-to-many, and third one is many-to-many. Let's see that. See here, I am having two tables. First table is the employee and second table is the pay table. Under employee table, I am having the fields employee ID, first name, last name, and pay ID. And in second table, pay, I am having the field pay ID and hourly rate. Now, when I will generate the relationship in between these two tables, that time here one key must be related with the another field in other table. एका टेबल मधली एक फील्ड हे दुसऱ्या टेबल मधल्या दुसऱ्या फक्त एकाच फील्डशी रिलेट झालं पाहिजे. Now here in these two tables, these two fields are common, pay ID and pay ID. Therefore, we have created the relation from this pay ID, employees pay ID, to pay's pay ID field. Such type of relation is known as the one-to-one relation. Only one field from first table is related with the single field in the another table. one to one. दोन्ही टेबल मधलं एकच फील्ड, पहिल्या टेबल मधलं एक फील्ड हे दुसऱ्या टेबल मधलं फक्त एकाच फील्डला रिलेट करणार आहे, त्याला म्हणणार आपण वन टू वन रिलेशनशिप. अँड सेकंड वन इज वन टू मेनी और मेनी टू वन रिलेशनशिप. Here another table, customer table, having the fields as customer ID, customer name, customer city, and mobile. And another table is order with order ID and customer ID. Now here customer ID field is related with the order ID as well as customer ID. That means this single field is related with the multiple fields. That is known as one to many. And reversely, what we can say, many to one, these two fields are related with the single field, that is known as the many to one. Got it? Simple one. One to many, that means one field from the first table is related with the multiple fields in second table, or we can say it as vice versa, as multiple fields from the first table can be related with the single field in the second table. This is known as one to many or many to one relationship. And third type of relationship is the many to many relationship. And here you can see the third type of relationship, that is many to many. Here also three different tables are generated: author, book, and book details. First table having the fields author ID, first name, last name, birth date. Book having book ID, then its addition, then book details, book ID, book name, and publication date. We can set many to many relationship in between two tables, or we can use three tables also. Here, one field from author table is linked with the another field in second table, and then another field from the second table is linked or is related with the another field in the third table. Such type of relationship is known as the many to many. These are three types of relationships in database management system, in relational database management system. First one is one to one, second one is one to many or many to one, and third one is many to many. Then in next lecture, we will study the intro and categories of SQL.